which is nothing but the quantity of how stable the protein sequence is, and so many other things. So what happens is, we just mutated a single amino acid residue, and this was the mutation. Here you see, we removed one 74th position of the aspartic acid into phenylalanine. Okay, and this is the result. Oh, okay, this is the result. Okay, so this is the mutant, and I'll put forward again. Okay, and this is the wild type. This is the wild type protein. Okay, and we made into space fill. So this can show you, this is not a functional study, this is only a structural study. Okay, so it indicates that what could be the change in the, as you can see, there is an extended tail. Can you see here? So we can able to rotate the whole structure. Okay, we can see, we can go to this side to that side, and we can see many other things. So what has happened, a single amino acid residue change has made the whole protein to look completely different in terms of thermodynamics, also in terms of geometry. So this is how a protein can get mutation, and how we can see the impact of a mutation structurally as well as functionally. In order to do it in a functional way, there are multiple processes of it. So we'll try to show you that. In the meantime, we shall see whether the alignment is done. My goodness, we took only 18 residues. So what happens is, so this is how the impact of mutation is there on the structure of the protein and everything. We can do this modeling because we are having the gene sequence. So this is how one day it may come that we can find out what exactly has happened to the structure, and accordingly we will able to plan our antibodies and vaccines accordingly. Okay, so this I tried to give you a little insight, and we will go to our next step. So okay, so there is also a spike receptor interaction model, which I'll show you using one of my tool, but not the tool that I have given you, because that tool has some specific limitations. Because just hold on, the limitation is that because the software is so small, it cannot able to simulate so many things. So I'll show you using one of my tool that how the interaction will be. That how the spike and the receptor interaction takes place. Okay, so just will give you a little insight only. Just 1 second, get loaded, it takes a lot of time. Okay, so this is the spike protein receptor complex. Okay, so how exactly it will look like, I'll show you. Okay, and then color as chain. Okay, so this is the spike protein receptor complex. Okay, so I'll show you. Okay, these are all in their secondary structure. Okay, so the green one is the spike protein. Okay, and this is the part of the ACE2 receptor. Okay, so this is how the binding takes place. Okay, so the first this thing is to do something so that this binding is not there, and therefore we can prevent it. So we can use several methodologies and several repurposing. For example, chloroquine was based on this. For example, if we can intervene this binding So what will happen? There will be more less binding of the receptor spike, and eventually it will give rise to what do you call as less disease in the patient. So I'll give you a little more insight so that I do not know whether it will be possible or not. Okay, it will be possible. Just 1 second. The thing that I wanted to show you is so now we'll able to see that the three-dimensional thing, now it is only like ribbon. Now we'll show you, it will take a little bit time to respond. It will do so many calculations now. Okay. Although this is not the thing I wanted, but I try to change it. Just give me some time so that you will able to see what exactly or how exactly the three-dimensional binding is there. We can even quantify the binding energy, and we can able to find out what exactly, and everything is possible today because genomics is there. Okay, so this is the receptor part. Okay, ACE2 receptor, it is angiotensin converting 2. Okay, renin angiotensin pathway is there, which is related to many things. So this is a part of the renin angiotensin pathway initiator. So just give me a little time. Okay, so I'll put it in a different color so that it becomes easier to understand. So many softwares are running in the background. Just hold on, I'll try to select it. It is not getting selected. Anyway, so here I am trying to show you the different pockets through which the binding takes place. Okay, as you can see, there is a very strong binding. Okay, previously it was different. When we put into a three-dimensional structure, the binding is very, we can even go to the detail like this to see how all details of the bindings. That also we can come and see what are the amino acids that are interacting, and so many other things. So all kinds of studies are possible today only because genomics is there. So we will get back to our normal. Okay, then show as cartoons. Okay, so these are the separate chains. Okay, so this green part is the spike protein, and this is the not the whole protein, a small part of protein, because it takes a lot of computation power if we do the whole modeling. So this is the receptor part. So mainly the active site interaction is being shown here. Okay, so this is a process that is there, and we try to escape it. Okay, so here one more thing is there. So this kind of simulation can also help you to identify how good the MHC molecules are binding with the surface protein. Okay, so if there is a mutation and it is not binding properly, it means that it will escape the the immune response of the patient. Okay, and therefore there will be no immunity and the person will eventually die. So how the over bypassing the immune response takes place? The MHC molecules are MHC molecules are those molecules which will bind with the protein, and then will initiate the immune response. But if the binding is not there, what will happen? There will be no immune response at all. So your vaccines will not work if a particular kind of mutation is there. So it is very difficult to make vaccines against the mutants. So this is the main challenge which we all are going through. So going to the next slide. Okay, drug target interaction is also there. I would also like to show you a particular drug target interaction for